In this video, we will be discussing the different factors to consider while going into business in Italy and Greece. We will be dividing these out into four main groups: social, political, economic, and legal. So the Greek culture does not value punctuality within their business setting. However, they do pride themselves in a friendly and open environment towards foreigners, and they do value developing relationships and networking. Meanwhile, the Italian culture is not easily offended. They value fashion and see it as an expression of power, and they prefer face-to-face interactions. So for Hofstede's cultural dimensions, when it comes to Greece, they're significantly different than the United States. They are highly collectivist and avoid risk at all possible chance. Italy is similar to the United States, however, they do have a much higher uncertainty avoidance level as us, and they are lower in the individualism as well. For unions, 1/4 of Greeks are union members, however, that power is only highly concentrated in the public sector. It's pretty low in the private sector. In Italy, there are more trained unionists than in any other European country, and these unions do have considerable power that do end up affecting the daily lives of citizens because of labor strikes. Within their labor market, the unemployment rate in Greece is 24.6%. In Italy, it is 11.4% as of 2013. Their minimum wages vary. In Greece, they determine it by your age and profession, while in Italy, there is no minimum wage. There's 15% of Greeks that are college educated and 21% in Italy. As for political factors, Italy was ranked 47th in corruption and 44th for Greece. Relatively speaking, that's slightly higher than the United States at 14th. And their conflict of interests are similar to other European countries where they don't consider members on boards of separate companies to be a conflict of interest. Their tax rates are 31.4% in Italy and 29% in Greece, which is lower than the United States' 35% corporate tax rate. Ease of doing business, Italy ranked 50th and Greece ranked 61st, which is significantly different than the United States, who ranked 8th. Economic factors to consider. Greece obviously has a considerable amount of debt. 176.9% of their GDP is what their national debt is. Their GDP is $194.85 billion, and their growth is currently 1.2% as of January 2017. In Italy, their debt is 132.7% of their GDP, and their GDP is $1.82 trillion with a growth rate of 0.2%. The following graph displays their GDP per capita, which is considerably lower than the United States in both Italy and Greece. So availability of credit varies between the two countries. In Greece, they have a prime commercial lending rate of 5.7% and 3.8% in Italy, which is comparable to the United States' 3.5%. In consideration of economic freedom, Italy is 69th in the world because of a large government size. Greece is 86th in the world due to large government and stifling regulations. Some legal factors to consider. They do have civil law, and their laws often protect the job for life mentality. Intellectual property is heavily protected as in the United States, as well as private property. And one thing to consider is firing someone is extremely costly and difficult due to their laws. And the following resources are those that we use to produce this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and these are factors to consider while doing business in Italy and Greece.
Created using Powtoon.